Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Little bit late here on the day today. Yesterday's live stream, I guess, had me a little bit delayed on all my other activities at the night time and had dinner late and just woke up a little bit late today. Regardless, we're going to jump into this day here today and take a look at some of these scans and see what the day has in store for us. I think I saw overnight, overnight and this morning I saw futures lower. And I saw the SPY a little bit lower today. Tesla's down in the 950s. So definitely going to be looking at some of those levels there. And we're going to see if Tesla wants to get down there into that gap entry point and maybe fill the gap to the downside. At this point, it's definitely looking possible. So we're going to look at some of those today and see. Today's the Fed meeting starts. So unless some wild Omicron news comes out, then I don't really know how much more downside the SPY could have today. So we'll see here. We're going to have to jump in here and take a peek at what's going on. All right, so let me start getting those charts ready here for you. And let's go ahead and jump into those charts. So let's see. Morning, Kevin. Thank you very much for joining in. Guys, we got 3 likes and 11 people on the stream already. Can you help me out there and throw some likes up on the stream for me? Really helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Let's see. We got 13 people watching, 5 likes. Let's go. Thank you very much, guys. That really helps out tremendously. All right. Let me take a quick look here in the Discord. So apparently Pfizer says COVID pill reduces hospitalization or death for some 89% effective against Omicron. That's new. But the SPY, I mean, still way down here. That's a pretty... All right, this is some notes from yesterday during the live stream. Wow, the SPY got down there, huh? Under 465 today. Really surprised to see that kind of action out of it. We're getting a little bit of a bounce back here. You can see how previously we were bouncing off of this 466 level, and then now we've broken underneath it. You know, maybe we get a little continued weakness today. Maybe I can translate over here to Tesla. Tesla has a gap fill to 910. So if that 945 level starts to become resistance on Tesla, it will definitely be looking for puts. And then today, I'll probably look for puts, not for the scalp, like I did yesterday on the puts, but looking for a regular move on the, that I trade, like a regular setup for me, not the scalp I went for yesterday. So we'll come back to that and we'll add it to the list in a little while. We'll keep eyes on it. For now, let's take a quick look and see what the scans are looking like. If you guys have, you know what, it's only 8:11 a.m. If you guys have any tickers you want me to take a look at for you, go ahead and throw them up in chat for me. All right, in that case, guys, we'll start jumping into these scans. GRTX breaking into that gap. Well, we know what level we're going to watch for potential support. If it's under $3, we're going to watch these 250s to 260s for support. Let's see if this thing has news. You know, why is it up there? You want me to look at GME? Give me 1 second here. Let me finish up with GRTX and we'll do that. There's no news that I see on GRTX. That's odd. There's no news that I see on GRTX. Let me look somewhere else real quick. No. No news that I see. Give me 1 second here, guys. All right. So I don't see any news on GRTX, but we're going to have to keep it on watch because the reality is that's a very nice looking setup here for the gap entry. So GRTX watching for the 260 area to hold support on pullbacks. Could have room towards 3 where that 50-day moving average is. No news that I can find. All right, you guys. Oh, Yannick found some news there. Nice. Can you post a link? That'd be great if it's possible. So you want me to look at GME? All right, let's clean up this chart. GME. GME, watching for that 138 area to hold resistance. I think this thing has more downside. You got room to 116, 117. So that's that on GME. You got room to 116, 117. It's been on a nasty downtrend. AMC, same thing. Even worse. I mean, I said a while back AMC had room down to the teens, and that still holds true. You got room to 21. What's the high here? You got room to 20 and change. So you got room to 20 and change. Break underneath that, you have room to the mid 16s. Sorry guys, my eyes feeling kind of dry this morning. So there you go. That's I'm kind of sad with myself that I missed out on this downside on both AMC and GME. But I mean, I was making money over on SPY puts, on Tesla, on ISIG. I was making money on all those other plays. So I can't be everywhere. I wish, because I would have loved to have traded GME and AMC to the downside, like on swing trade. That's my fault. Can't really catch them all. Here we go. Yeah, 1 hour ago, I see the news now on what is this? GNTX. All right, so GNTX announces primary endpoint met statistical significance on corrected top line efficacy data of phase 3 Roman trial of a vessel passum, whatever that is. What does this thing treat? All right, so we got that news for GNTX. Sorry, GRTX. GNTX. GNTX is the video card. Can you tell I've been hunting for a video card? It's so hard to get GPUs right now. So GRTX, we got the news on GRTX. We know what's up. Watching this area right here. Truly, if it can break over the $3 zone and hold that 50-day moving average, I mean, it's got room. It's got room to like 340. Right in front of that 100-day moving average and this previous support zone. So it's got room. It really does. So it's definitely one that I'm going to keep on watch. All right, so that's the first one on here. Now we'll be back to look at Tesla and probably SPY a little bit later. And let's move on to the next one. NES, this one was a big mover yesterday. Oh, we gave it all back yesterday. I didn't realize this. Look at this crazy wick it had yesterday. Wow. Wow. It gave it all back yesterday. I hope no one got caught up in that. That's nasty. That is nasty, nasty, nasty. Let's see. Let's see if it has any news today. Kind of justify this little gap up above these major moving averages. Guys, do me a quick solid. We got 29 watchers. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you on here. We got 14 likes. Help me out here. It helps out the stream with the algorithm on YouTube. Throw some likes up there for me. Goes a long way. NES. I mean, NES is yesterday's news. Select Energy Service enters into definitive agreement to acquire Novera, Evernational, what is this? Evermental? I don't know what this word is. And they throw some crazy PR words on these titles sometimes. Thank God I'm a trader and not an English teacher. So I had the news yesterday. I don't know. I don't trust NES, to be honest, but I mean, it did gap up. So anybody that got short and didn't cover, right? You can imagine some shorts, getting in some key points, right? You can imagine some shorts getting in these key points. And you would picture them covering into this. And that's why you got that nice little after hours pop. Oh, well, pre-market pop today. I don't know. I'm not looking to trade this thing. I don't like it. It could be on the gappers list all at once, but I'm not gonna put it on the watch list. 27 people on the stream watching, guys. We got 19 likes. Do me a favor, throw some more likes up there for me. Like I said, it really helps out with the YouTube's algorithm. More than you can imagine, honestly. It's not one of those things like, oh, look how many likes I got. No, it's not like that. It's really about the YouTube algorithm and pushing the stream up. All right, MIND. Let's check in on this one. Those of you who are new to the stream, here is a link to the free Discord. Come on over, because after 9, that's where I go. I stream Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. MIND, 16 hours ago, enters into cooperative research and development agreement with U.S. Navy. No, I closed out that swing. I closed off that swing. I said it here on the channel and obviously in the Discord first because that's where I was at. I closed off that swing on this day. The day before the big drop. Right here. I closed it off at $29, at $329 and change. I closed it off because it had broken the reverse head and shoulders pattern. It had broken the reverse head and shoulders pattern, so the pattern was no longer there at that point. The pattern was no longer there at that point, so I had to let it go since I was trading it for the pattern. I should have thought about rebuying it at 300 for this bounce, and I completely missed out on it. There's no other words. Wish I was still in it, or I had re-entered it actually. I'm glad I exited where I did because I traded the plan. I just wish I would have re-entered it in front of 300. That was a mistake on my part, but it'll give another opportunity at some point or another setup. So MIND, it has news. This looks horrible. Ugly daily chart. Not looking to trade this thing. This just looks horrible. I'm gonna leave this $2 line here in case intraday it goes crazy somehow, gets itself back up over $2. I'll have that line already pre-drawn there, knowing that it was a previous support zone. You can see how clearly this was a very tremendous support zone for quite a while on this stock. You see that? It just goes on and on. So I'll leave that line there just in case, but I don't think this is something that I'm going to look to touch today. Oh, Wanna Speed, welcome to the Discord. Glad to have you on there. Phil, welcome to the Discord. Glad to have you on here. Philco, welcome to the Discord, guys. Welcome to the team. Glad to have you on there. Looking forward to trading with you today. Welcome, welcome. Let's take a quick look here. What else is on the scan? CLNN. CLNN. I haven't seen this stock on a scan in forever. I recognize the name. CLNN. Let's see. See what kind of news it might have. Yesterday news. So nothing fresh today. Project receives $1 million grant awarded from Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. Let's see here. Clean Nanomedicines Maryland facility is among the projects and activities awarded funding. The manufacturing expansion is in preparation for anticipated commercialization. Oh, whatever. They just got $1 million grant. Where is where's the news, guys? Like, where is the action this morning? CLNN, nah. ALZN. Wow, this is a really beat up daily chart, and we have clear cut resistance at that 340 level. Right there. Look at that. What? That is so clear. Look at this. Boom, stuffed. Boom, stuffed. Boom, stuffed. And now in pre-market, boom, stuffed. That is some strong, very strong resistance level there. Let's go ahead and check and see if it has any news. See why they had this little pop and gap up this pre-market. ALZN. So ALZN. ALZN. No news, no news. Last piece of news that I can see on this is 14 days ago. But that's definitely something to keep an eye on, like back burner wise. Because I think if we ever get over that level, we'll see a nice little squeeze. So back burner. Back burner. ALZN. Watching for a break and hold of the 350 area. Could have room towards 5 area. Well, my fish tank back there is getting water from the reservoir underneath it. That's why you heard that noise. ESSC. Martin wants me to look at ESSC. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. This thing had a big day yesterday. But very, very choppy looking chart. You know, like these intraday, extremely low volume. This is not something I would trade. It did have a big day. It had a nice day in the sense, right? Because it went from 15 bucks to over 19. But, you know, if one were to look at this, where's the entry? That thing is just choppy, super choppy, ridiculously choppy. Right now it's having an inside day, right? It's an inside day. There's no volume in pre-market on it. I mean, look at this. It's a barcode stock right now. You'd want to see 17 hold, a little pivot area here from yesterday. You could see that it was a little area of resistance there, and it kind of coincides more or less with the halt price there. And you found some support in pre-market at that level, but the volume is so light, we don't really know whether or not it's going to be strong support. That'd be something to watch. Willy Will 11, STRN, nice daily. STRN has not shied away from this $6 zone at all. So as long as it can hold above that $6 level, 610, it's got potential to push up there and make maybe new all-time highs. It hasn't shied away from it. It's got more potential to come back down to 5, but it has not gone away from that resistance level. Like, it's in its face. It's like, I'm not afraid of you. I'm going to break through you. That's what it looks like. So it's definitely something that has some potential, something to keep on watch there. Thanks for the likes, guys. I see them coming through there. We got 20 likes, 23 people watching. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Would it be nice if those 3 that haven't liked the stream yet would like it? It would help out tremendously. All right, so we got those so far on watch. We got those so far on watch already. We got GRTX, we got ALZN. We got to go back in a little bit and analyze Tesla and the SPY, because those are definitely going to be on watch today. All right. Let me see what else we have out here. We already went over GME. You know, I don't know how much more downside it could have today. It has to have some sort of bounce back day, but I don't know if that's going to be today or not. We already went over GME and AMC for that. What else? Let's take a look. Let me take a quick look here at my other scans. Hold on one second. Take a look at my trade idea scans. So we'll see if those have something else on there. If you want a coupon code for trade ideas, here is one. Boom. Okay, so MIND is on those scans. But we already went over that one. I'm not really a fan of that chart at all. IMTX is on those as well. This one, very light volume. You know, there's a lot of lack of volume this morning. Even STRN has a lack of volume this morning in pre-market. There's a lot of lack of volume this morning in pre-market, guys. A lot. Like, surprisingly a lot. Surprisingly a lot. Okay, so let's take a quick look at some news here. US stocks index futures were marginally lower during morning trading Tuesday after major averages started to weak in the red as COVID Omicron fears hit sentiment. Futures contracts tied to the S&P 500 declined 0.13%, while the NASDAQ 100 futures were off by nearly 0.5%. Futures for Dow Jones Industrial Average bounced between gains and losses. Tesla shares were among the biggest early drops on the S&P 500, falling nearly 2.3% after CEO Elon Musk announced that he has sold another $906.5 million in shares. Fellow automaker Ford also fell down 2.2% following news that by 2030 Toyota would be investing $35 billion into battery-powered electric vehicles. a space where Ford has sought to be establish itself as a leader. Toyota itself declined even more with shares of with shares off 3.4% in pre-market. Pfizer shares rose nearly 1% after final results of tests on its COVID drug showed it reduced hospitalization and deaths by 89% in high-risk patients. Let's see what else. Federal Reserve also kicks off its two-day meeting on Tuesday. The central bank will release a statement on Wednesday with quarterly projections for the economy, inflation, and interest rates. Chairman Jerome Powell will hold a press conference. Let's see. The Federal Reserve would be... Okay, so Morgan Stanley CEO James Goldman told CNBC on Monday that he thinks the central bank should start raising rates soon. Guys, I said, I think it was yesterday in the live stream, and I've been saying it for a few weeks, or a few months now. I suspect rate hikes to start taking place next year, late spring, early summer. That's me. That's what I think. So let's see. The Federal Reserve would be better off storing away some of its rate increases so that inevitable turn down comes. You've got some ammunition to fight with, he said. At the moment, at zero interest rates, we have no ammunition. That's true. Jerome Powell shot everything last year. Investors will be watching closely for commentary around if the Fed plans to accelerate the end of its bond buying program. At present, the central bank's asset purchase program will end in June 2022, but several officials have spoken about ending the purchase sooner. So that's what we've been saying. I think that if not March, then probably May, June is when we would end the asset repurchasing program. If not March. The other thing is that if they end, let's say they end in March and they start raising rates right away, market's not going to like that. So tomorrow, when Jerome Powell comes out, he's got to kind of like separate the two, be like, no. Just because we end the asset purchase program, right? Just because we end that doesn't mean we instantly got to raise rates. When we end that, we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to sit down. We're going to look, how's the economy doing? How is inflation doing? How is the gridlock on production and transportation of goods doing, right? How's that backlog doing? And then we'll decide whether or not we're raising rates, how much, and when, etc. All right. So yeah, that'll be stuff to look at tomorrow. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anything else news here that's super important to look at. Yeah, not much right now. Not much other than that, guys. All right, so let's jump in there and look at Tesla real quick here and go over that. Unless you guys have another ticker you want me to look over, then I'll happily switch on over to that and go take a peek for you. Grab a drink of water. I love these cups, man. I got a bunch of them. This ice is from yesterday. It still has ice. Like last night. That ice is from last night. You guys have any tickers you want me to take a peek at, go ahead and throw them up there in chat for me, and I'll be happy to go over that. In the meanwhile, anybody new that tuned into the stream, you can swing on by the free Discord right there. After I'm done here streaming around 9, we'll jump on over to that. All right. But yeah, I see CM now hitting the scans here. No, it's just no volume. There's no volume. Look, I'll show you really quickly. Look at these scans. 39,000, 52,000, 96,000, 25,000, 237,000. The biggest one is MIND, 4.29 million. As far as volume goes. Wow. All right, so we got some new news that just came through here. Wholesale price measures rise 9.6% in November from a year ago, the fastest pace on record. The Labor Department Producer Price Index was expected to rise 9.2% in November from a year ago, according to FactSet. But it's 9.6, so it's higher than expected. Yep, exactly, see? Exactly. This is typical of Fed meeting days. Very typical. You'll see, I mean, you'll even see it across the board on the small cap sector for the most part. I've been doing this for years and every Fed meeting is almost identical to this. You'll see on the small caps a little bit of action in the early morning, a little bit. Usually, not always, usually starts to die off around 11 or so. And then today we might even see a little bit further pullback on the SPY. People start to take some risk off in anticipation of tomorrow, right? Because today nothing's going to happen. Today nothing's going to happen as far as some wild news, unless some other macro world news, right, happens, or with Omicron, stuff like that. But as far as the Fed goes, nothing out of the realm would be said or heard of today. Tomorrow, is when we would see something like that, right? Everybody expects the tapering to accelerate. But no one wants to hear that rate hikes are going to come right after the tapering. So typically today and tomorrow morning, it's choppy. It's lack of volume. So everybody's just sitting on their hands like this, just sitting back, crossed, looking at the screens, watching the news, hearing the news, going about their day. And it's kind of like boring. It really is. Some of the most boring trading days of the year are days like today, day number 1 of the Fed meeting. It just is. It's just the way it is. Give me a second, guys. John, our site administrator, is sending me a message here. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's just the way it is. Yeah, the beast, what's up, my man? The SPY is further weakness today. Further weakness today. I'm hoping it slows itself down because I really want to get Tesla put options for this gap fill. I really want those. So let's start writing up that analysis real quick. Tesla. Watching for 945 to break and hold as resistance. Watching for 945 area to break and become resistance for the gap entry, which could take us down to 910 area. Okay, so that's a really nice setup here. You know what? Let me erase all these and just redraw these. There's 910. This should be right about 945, 944.20. So that's why I said 945 area. There we go. Boom. We want to see that area crack and break to see if we can get Tesla to get down here and test this gap fill at 900. I think if that gap fill gets tested and we get that hit of 900, 909, 910 area on Tesla, if tomorrow the Fed comes out, Jerome Powell does well with his speech and everything comes out kind of like what the market would like, right? And they're like, no, we're not raising rates anytime soon. We'll talk about that next meeting. We'll see how the economy is, etc. Everything I already went over. Then obviously the SPY jumps back up. We go test all-time highs, probably make new all-time highs. If not this week, next. And then I think if Tesla's in front of 900, we get that nice bounce off of Tesla. We get back up towards 1,000, where that 50-day moving average is at. So that's what I think would happen. Those are two scenarios there to look at: SPY calls and Tesla calls, if that's what happens tomorrow. Today, what I'm looking at is Tesla puts. You know, that's what I'll be looking at today, Tesla puts, if that 940 level starts to become a level of resistance. If we open up underneath that level, right, and we just have overall straight up weakness on it, then I'm just going to wait for the first weak bounce attempt on Tesla to get puts there. You know, that'll be it. That's my plan on Tesla. Matter of fact, I'll write it down. Well, no, don't even have to. We already got that plan there. Okay. On the SPY, let's jump over here to the SPY real quick. SPY super weak. So the SPY could have a potential support zone here. What's the low of this? 464.35. We're underneath that zone. If that zone becomes resistance, we do have room to fall. We do have room to fall to 461, even lower. 462, even lower. 462 to 461. SPY watching for the 464.35 area to hold resistance. Could have room to fall to 461. At 461 to 462. 461.80. There we go. So we have GRTX, we have Tesla, we have the SPY. Those are on the main watch list. Then we have ALZN. We have that one on watch as well. All right, so we know what we have so far on watch, guys. Guys, those of you who are new to the stream, I stream Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And here is our free Discord. Swing on by. We have GRTX, Tesla, SPY, ALZN on watch. ALZN is more like on watch for like back burner. That we can just keep it on watch for a few days, because I don't think that's going to make a move today. You know, ALZN. ALZN, we're just watching for this 347, 350 area to break and become support. That's it. I think we get a nice little squeeze out of that level. All right. Let's see what else we got out here. Okay. The Cuban coffee has arrived. It is so good. Guys, I don't really see anything else on the scans. It's going to be a day. Look, today's a day, in my opinion, to not push too hard, not oversized. You know, if you've been having a hard week, if you've been having a hard time, okay, if you're not profitable, if you're not a consistently profitable trader, today and tomorrow are days that, especially if you're really new, that are good for you to just sit back and watch. Maybe paper trade, okay? I believe new traders should be in paper trading anyways, kind of like, you know, it's kind of like training wheels. Maybe decrease size if you're live trading and you're not making money, right? Maybe decrease size a little bit, maybe take a quarter of your risk off. So if you normally risk $100 on a trade, if it were me and I was in that situation, I'd be like, maybe I'll risk 75 bucks here, you know, today and tomorrow per trade, stuff like that. Right? Kind of just, that's risk management, guys. That's risk management, because on days like today with such lack of volume, what happens is, you'll buy a support zone and you'll be looking for that bounce. And you don't get the strong bounce because there's not enough buyers in the system. Because everybody's just sitting back, watching, waiting, right? Or if you buy breakouts, I don't like that anyways, right? Especially on small caps. But if you buy breakouts, you'll get a lot of fake outs. You'll get a lot of quick breaks and then boom, slam back down. So today's a day, tomorrow's a day to be very, very, very careful. Just putting it out there for you. I would feel like I did a disservice if I didn't say these things. BLBX, sorry. I mean, there's the king. Why would you bring this up? You usually have some good stuff, so I'm really authentically wondering what you see on this. BLBX? Is that the right ticker? There's a bear flag formation right now, but I mean, this thing doesn't trade volume. Got a little bit of a bear flag formation. Right there. Really clean. I like that. But there's no volume. This thing doesn't trade volume. I like that bear flag though. That's clean. What else did you say? DTSS? I have heard of that one. My God, this thing's gotten wrecked. News on TD? Gotcha. Probably like breaking news coming through. Yeah, you see, this is another thing. If we gotta dig so hard to come up with a list, right? It might not be a day to trade. The only thing that I'm looking at that I probably will trade today is probably gonna be Tesla. It's probably gonna be Tesla because it's at a key level that I like for that gap fill. Outside of that, there's nothing. Yesterday, guys, yesterday's watch list. Hold on. How many people on the stream? Okay. I don't know how many of you were here yesterday. But yesterday's watch list, FHCX didn't do much, but PTPI, BLU, SGMA, BFRI, all of them hit exactly these levels. BFRI hit this level to the penny, okay, in the early morning. SGMA hit this level to the penny, 1730, okay. BLU hit this level to the penny. All of these were on fire yesterday. So we did really well in chat. The watch list was freaking fire yesterday. But today, oh yeah, PTPI hit the level to the penny in the morning. Okay, then it went beyond that. It went up to 425, 424, something like that. But yeah, FHCX had to deal with Eli Lilly yesterday. But it didn't do anything. It just chopped. It had good range. I was really looking to trade it. Instead, I ended up trading Tesla. I cannot believe that thing went all the way down here to make new lows, and then by the end of the day did that. That's crazy. But yeah, yesterday, like, look, see, that's the action it had in the morning. Really ugly action, just nothing. I was surprised. I was really surprised by that. 15 held strong, that's for sure. But yeah, guys, you see, that's what I'm saying. If you have to work this hard to make a watch list, yesterday we made that watch list, bang, and it was good. And if today we have to work this hard to make a watch list, you have to think about it like this. Every other trader's working that hard to make a watch list. Every other trader's turning off from the market. They're like, I don't know about this. And then what happens? Remember, technical analysis is a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? If we don't have enough people out there who are believing in the technical analysis, kind of like Santa Claus, right? He can't fly that reindeer. He can't fly that sleigh with his reindeers because they'll lose them. They fall down. So if we don't have enough believers out there in technical analysis today, what happens? Resistance lines hold up stronger, support lines get weaker. That's why we need the volume. We need the players in the game. King, I saw that this morning on Twitter. The King. So Tesla, Elon Musk tweeted that they're doing merch. They're doing shirts, whatever. They're doing merch. They're not taking that as payments for cars. Elon's crazy, but he's not an idiot. So they're doing a little merch line, and they're gonna take Dogecoin as payment for that merch line. You can pay in Doge for that merch line. And he's like, we'll see how it goes. Oh my god, man, that guy loves pumping the crypto. I love crypto. As a matter of fact, I'm even considering starting to mine again, like I used to. I'm considering starting to mine, but man, you can't get GPUs. You just can't get GPUs. Last night, I finally ordered a GPU for my new computer build. I don't even want to talk about how much I spent on that. And it's not so much about the money as it is about how much higher than MSRP. It's crazy. And I got it on Amazon. It wasn't from an Amazon seller. But I am going to keep a lookout. I am going to keep a lookout this month for GPU drops. I think there should be a drop in a couple days. See if I can score one. I'll return that Amazon one. But yeah, as soon as I start building out my new computer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my old computer, has one of my old graphics cards. I regret selling those graphic cards so much. I had about 10 or 12 1080 GTXs. All right. Way back when I was mining. Those things today would make, if I could put them up to mine, if I still had them, I sold them. Watch, I'm going to tell you right now how much those could make. All right, so those, come on. Okay, here we go. If I had those 10, let's say it was 12, I'm pretty sure it was 12 of them, but I think 2 of them might have not been 1080s, they might have been something else. So let's just say I had 10 1080 GTXs, like I had back then. Watch this. Quick little calculator here. For the 1080s. Here we go. Okay, so 10 GTXs, 1080s. Right now, they could be making me on a day $18.79 a day. Just there, just because I fired them on, just because I fired them up, turned them on. That means a month, 566 bucks. That's pretty damn good money, you know, for just getting a system, turning it on, and letting it run and mine crypto. So, and that's on the low side of things. That's being lazy with it. Yeah, the king, exactly. It's just quiet. It's crazy, man. It's wild. It's wild out there. It's wild. Trying to see if I can score some used GPU cards, those 1080s on at a decent price, not the obscene prices we're seeing on the used market on them, because you can't find new ones. You go to Nvidia's website, you can't even, you know how you used to be able to put like your email, notify me when in stock? You can't even do that anymore. It's insane. It's insane. I remember back then when I was buying GPUs to mine, I would hunt the drops and I would just be able to buy them. You know, I'd be able to buy a few different ones, but I would always be able to buy them. You can't even do that now. It's crazy. All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes here before 9. Then I got to hop on over to the Discord. So anyone that wants to join up, here is the free Discord link. Swing on by. If you have any tickers or any questions, now's the time. We got a few minutes here before 9, before I put the final touches on this bare bone skeleton watch list. Send it in to Joel also. He can send it out to the email list to all our members and email subscribers, and then get going with the day. If you want to get our weekly and daily watch list for free daily and weekly watch list, click here, scroll to the bottom right hand side, and sign up. Yeah, Tesla's definitely super weak. Gonna be on major watch today. 942 on Tesla. Tesla, behave yourself. Do not sell off just yet. Do not sell off just yet. We still have 30 minutes to the bell. This thing could be at 9, 10 in 30 minutes. And that would take the entire trade away. And on a normal day, if I didn't have a chat room to attend to and members to attend to, answer questions, go over lists, go over charts, do live lessons with, all right, on the stream later on. If I didn't have that, and by 9:30, Tesla was at 9:10, 9:15, I'd shut everything off and go fishing. TMX. Let's check it. Let's check in on TMX. And let's see. Does it have some news today? All right, so I had news yesterday. Investments Trust buys Hilton Worldwide Holdings. That's what happened there. That was a big buy. That's a big buy. You'd probably want to see some support kick in here around this $45 to $46 level. Look at that previous level just in front of it. Previous resistance. So you'd want to see that level hold. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. GRTX, Tesla SPY, LZN on watch. GRTX now, pulled in some finally. We'll see if it cools its jets, maybe holds that 250 to 260 zone. That's about it. I wish there was more. I wish it was like yesterday. What a change in pace from yesterday to today. Notice that. Be attentive to that, because if you notice it, what does that mean? Other traders notice it. And if other traders start becoming apprehensive, what does that mean? Again, translates to lack of volume, lack of players on the field, makes the game not as fun. Have you ever gone to play, like I used to go after church, I used to go with my buddy to play a little bit of baseball. We would go to the batting cages and then we would hit the field, but it was just him and me. So it was basically like batting practice, throwing practice, just warming up, exercise. It wasn't a real game. Was it fun? Yeah, of course we had fun. You always have fun when you're in good company doing some sort of activity or just hanging out. You always have fun when you're in good company. However, was it as fun as playing a game with a full set of players? No, right? So if you don't have a full set of players today in the market, will it be as fun? Will it be as predictable, as productive? Probably not, right? So be mindful of that, guys. Be careful today out there. Guys, real quick before I head out, bring on by to the Discord, because that's where I'm going after this. It is 9 o'clock. If no one has any last minute tickers or questions, I will jump on over there. No, you cannot buy options pre-market. You could sell options. Well, wait, let me rephrase that. You could sell ETF options like the SPY after the market closes. I think it's for like the first 15 or 10 minutes of market close. I've done it. I've had SPY puts that I've swung overnight. And that was actually in September, if I remember correctly. I had a few puts, obviously. Sold some right into the after hour session on a big drop when my level got hit. Held onto one for the overnight hold. That one banged out 126%. I think that was all. I'm sure. I'm 1,000% sure it's on my channel. Okay. But that's it. You can't, like, let's say you had Tesla options. You can't. As soon as the bell rings, done. Done. But you can do it on like the SPY, ETF, stuff like that. But it's only for like those first 15 minutes after the bell rings at close. Right? All right, guys. So 9:01 here and getting ready to close it up here. No, my pleasure. Totally my pleasure. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Today's Tuesday. So what does that mean? I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, and we'll stream again 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then on Thursday, we'll do it again, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then on Friday, I'll take a break. I think the goal here is once we start to get probably 100. Once we get the stream to like 100 viewers consistently, I think at that point we'll start streaming on Fridays. But for now, I'm taking Fridays off because believe me, I need them. I need it. But that's Friday on the stream on YouTube. I do not take Fridays off in the Discord. No. And I'm in the Discord from 9:20 a.m. until 4. Okay, and that means that I'm there all morning long talking about charts, going over my plays, doing my live alerts, doing live Q&As, recaps live lessons. Then we break off into lunch at 12. At 2 p.m. I come back and we rinse and repeat again. Afternoon scans, afternoon alerts, if there's a trade to be had for me and my style, questions, and possibly sometimes we do some extra lessons in the afternoon, okay? And that's what we do pretty much every single day, right? So what I'll do here is, boom, come on, join the stream right there, the Discord. And thank you guys very much for tuning in today. It's 9:03 a.m. We're going to jump on over to the Discord. I'll see you all tomorrow, 8 a.m. here on the stream. Thank you very much for hitting that like button. I will upload a video later on today